What's going on, y'all? So listen. Oh, what's going on, y'all? I know everybody is probably about to start talking about this, or probably already got their stuff up and giving their opinions, but I decided to let me just go ahead and get mine since I talked about it previously, and it's a hot topic. Unfortunately, I am so. If you have any type of humanity in you, and you care about people and you don't want to see people hurt, seeing that Cassie video, because that's literally what was just, that's everybody's talking about, because within the past hour or so, the 2016 footage, video surveillance footage of Cassie in a hotel, Diddy coming running down the hall trying to chase her, but she was trying to get out, going to the elevator, and I'm sorry, this is a trigger warning, and he practically abused her in that hallway. Hit her, knocked her out, kicked her twice, tried to drag her down the hallway, throwing stuff at her, had her hemmed up in the corner. And I'm so disgusted, y'all. I am so disgusted, and mostly I'm just mad at people I'm mad at him. And the only reason why I'm saying that I'm mad, because this is triggering. This is triggering for people who have experienced or who have seen, who have been around people who have been abused, who have experienced abuse in their household, whether it was from them, whether it was somebody related to them. Case in point, my mom went through some things with my father when I was younger, and I tried to block that out. But there's one particular thing that I do remember: him putting hands on her and she flying back into, a dresser. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it hurts. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when Cassie came out with this lawsuit, there was so many people that was like, oh, she's just doing this because she wants some money. She must have ran out of money. Her husband put her up to it. And oh, this ain't true. And if this was going on, why did you stay? Why didn't you leave? And all this stuff. And it's like, in 2024, or whenever this was released in 2023, at the end of 2023, people still could not understand the psychology around abuse, okay, around these type of situations, and the reason why people stay. It don't matter about the money or whatever. It's the psychological hold, it's the fear, it's a lot of things that take place, right? If that's the case, why don't you ask somebody that you know why they stayed, why they didn't leave the first time that their hands got laid on them. It's the same. It don't matter the status. It don't matter the power. It don't matter how much money a person has. It don't matter. Abuse happens damn near the same way in a lot of cases, meaning that it's more than one incident and people stay longer than they should until they can freely get out. And what bothers me is that I know it's still going to be people who are out here after seeing that footage, that's going to say, well, what did she do to trigger him? And I just cannot stand when people try to play the semantics game and play these mind games, and just to try to evade responsibility just because they like a person and not want to hold a person accountable. I don't give a fuck if Cassie screamed at him. I don't give a care if she threw something at him. Well, that'd be wrong too. I don't care if they got into an argument. There was no reason that you supposed to, once a person leave out a room or whatever, you leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay, and you are in a hotel room. You are in a fucking hotel establishment, and you running out of the hotel. She's clothed. He's in a towel that he has to hold together, some socks and towels. And if you go back and you read that lawsuit, this particular incident was in the lawsuit. Okay, And she literally had to call for help. And it's the fact that this happened in 2016 and the footage hadn't even came out until now. And I want to know who got paid off to hold that and who wasn't getting paid no more, because how is it that that did not leak out anytime sooner? And it's so sickening, because I know it's still going to be people on his side. It's still going to be people that's here for him. It's still going to be people in the industry. He put up a post about time will tell, or time to tell, time to see through the lies, some stuff. I don't know, one of his recent posts. And then it had people, like, oh, you finna talk and all this stuff or whatever. You finna put your things out there. Mind you, this was before the footage came out. And you have celebrities underneath there, which I'm pretty sure we already knew this was going to happen. You had people like Lil Scrappy. You had people like Busta Rhymes. You had people like Peter freaking Thomas. Of all people, okay? You don't have the best reputation as it is, and now you up here. And then what really pissed me off was I saw the artist / producer Josie, Jozzzy. She's a lesbian, she's a stud, whatever, and I understand that she could possibly be signed to him on his love label or whatever, or, I know that she has written and did things with him. I know she was on the Love album and everything. That's fine, but you're a woman. You could be a stud, you could be gay, you could be all that, but you're a woman at the end of the day. And I thought we supposed to support women, right? And then it was so crazy because not only do you got that, you under his comments, basically, she put a light bulb or whatever underneath their emoji. But then in her current, from literally 21 or 22, from yesterday, she was out there celebrating with Karrueche, another woman who is known to have suffered abuse by the hands of somebody that we know that is truly popular in the music industry. That still gets a lot of play out here, right? And it just goes to show, like, people just pick and choose, I guess. And some people are like, well, if this person is over it, I'm over it, so I can just do whatever. And if they don't care, I don't care. Or, they got to keep up appearances. But I just feel like that ain't a good look. Because one thing about it, two things for sure, I hope she delete her comments. I hope people who have stuff to say really just come out and say that's messed up. The only one so far that I have seen, and I haven't been looking, but from what I've seen, I do know that Jonte Austin, he has come out and, he called him a bitch ass nigga, which he is. And I feel as though people who are still supporting him to the magnitude that they've been supporting him, the ones that's still trying to say, oh, well, what did she do to trigger him and all this stuff? That's because either you're living in a cycle of abuse or you are the abuser. That's how I feel. That's literally how I feel. The industry is I just don't, at this point, it's like, why do people want to get into the music industry or any type of entertainment industry, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a person of color, and specifically a black person, and more specifically, a black woman? Like, there's no safety. You won't be believed. And y'all, and this is why, this is the main reason why. When people come out with abuse stories or allegations of assault and all of these other things, and it happened years ago, you have people saying, well, why didn't you speak up then? Why you waiting so long? It got to be about the money. Why you ain't trying to get them arrested? Because one, depending on the time limit, the statute of limitation is over with. So therefore, let's go to the civil thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way that they can get at them. Put it out there and try to ruin their reputation that way. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, people be scared to say shit because they know that the public is gonna fucking judge them. Because again, in 2024, people still don't understand the psychology of abuse, and that there is no time limit as to when you want to come out and say something. I don't care if something happened to you 50 years ago, when you want to come out and say something, you say that when you're fucking ready. Sometimes people experience trauma, and the way that their body try to protect themselves is by they masking that trauma, making them forget, and all it takes is something to trigger them, and that memory comes back. And they like, damn, I did not realize that this happened. I forgot this happened. You cannot tell a victim of abuse they can't speak up. Or you can't tell them or give them a time frame to speak up. And this is why they don't speak up, because every time they do, we see this so many times. So many times. When a woman, especially in this industry, has spoken up against somebody that's considered powerful or even just a regular other artist or whatever, we seen them speak up against abuse that was done to them. And we seen them not be believed. We seen the evidence and we still seen them not be believed. We seen them be blamed. And it was so many people in the goddamn industry that was sucking on that man's balls, that was acting like, oh, he ain't do nothing, she was just out here for money. Slim Thug, where you at? Because you one of the dudes that I remember so vividly getting up here, basically trying to say either she was trying to get him for money or she was lying. And then come out this video of him literally dragging her. He literally punched her in the face. He literally kicked her. Then she's lying motionless on the floor and you kick her again. Then you're dragging her down the fucking hall. Then you're throwing things at her. Then you got her hemmed up in the fucking corner, doing whatever you're doing to her. Mind you, he's all in a fucking bath towel and socks. That's it. So ain't no telling what the fuck went on else in that hotel room. And mind you, in her report or whatever, she said this was one of those moments where he was high or something like that, or he was drunk out of his mind. Now, if he can do that, just imagine all the other times that he did some shit. And I'm pretty sure it was way worse than what we saw. I'm just so disgusted right now. I'm not hearing any excuses. And if you gonna get on here in these comments and try to make up an excuse for this man, you're just as sick. You're just as sick, and you probably need some help. Okay. I hope, and I don't, and it ain't, and let's get this straight. Let's get this straight, because I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, they just trying to take a black man down. Baby, it don't matter if you're black. Being black does not excuse you from the consequences of being an abuser, of being a criminal. Please get that straight. Get that straight. It wouldn't be no takedown, so you say, quote unquote, if you didn't do the crime. Okay? And we clearly see that he did the shit. Some of y'all living up in homes where y'all saw this, or you still living in homes where you're going through this. And so therefore you're programmed and you're conditioned to feel like, oh, this is okay. So therefore let me defend my abuser. Let me defend the situation. And that's why you think the way that you do. Again, I don't want to victim blame. I don't want to victim shame to anybody that's out there. But I just want everybody to get the help that they need. And I just want people to see people for who they are. The music industry, from what we see, and all these other entertainment faculties or whatever, it's a cesspool of evilness. And I don't understand at this point why people would want to be involved in it. I don't understand why people want to be famous anymore, and the hoops and hurdles that you got to jump through. I literally just got through watching on HBO Max. It's a 3-part, it's a 2-part episode docuseries about Kevin Spacey, the actor, Frank from House of Cards. And it went through his history, and it was talking about over 10 men that actually was talking to who experienced sexual inappropriateness with this man taking advantage and either trying to get with them so that they can get a role, or a cesspool of evilness. A cesspool of evilness. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why do you have to be such terrible people when you get power? If he go to jail, I won't feel bad about it. I won't feel bad about it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I pray for everybody. And again, like I said, if you still on his side, you need to look into yourself and see exactly why. I'll see y'all later. Peace.